because the first place team in the SEC is in town. The Alabama Crimson Tide set to take on the Georgia Bulldogs. Great to have you with us here at court. See RJ Melendez in the starting five here today, and now we are underway. Silas Demery Jr., the freshman across half court. Melendez went for 35 last time out, the overtime game against Florida, and a foul is called on Latrell Wrightsell Jr.
And talking with Coach out of that shot clock.
I know you're a fan of the Sanderson plaid that he's sporting today with his jacket.
A little nod to the great Coach Wimp Sanderson.
Georgia sixth in the SEC, averaging 77 points a game. They got to go. Shot clock's inside of 5. Here's the freshman off balance. Got the iron and a second chance here, and a chance at the free throw line for Jabri Abdur-Rahim. That's going to be one of the key things, according to Mike White here today. Controlling things on the glass. They're
going to have to gang rebound when a shot goes up.
15 points a game. Struggled against Florida, fouled out, scored just 8 points. He's got his first start since November 19th. A couple of early misses from outside the arc for Bama.
Yeah, and Coach White, I'm sure he's not too happy with 2 open threes.
Ooh, Thomason.
Nip finishing at the rim or getting fouled.
Griffin, defended by Melendez. Back off to Sears. Sears on the drive, just as Pat mentioned, with this. How about pace in this game? You know Alabama wants to go. Georgia likes to run too, but they're not going to be against trying to slow things down or settle things down a little bit in this game.
Absolutely, there's no doubt about that, but you got to be able to run when you can.
Abdur-Rahim struggling in the last 3 games. 3 of 17 from beyond the arc, but knocks that one down. The slow start from behind the line continues for Alabama. Now 0 for 4, and Thomason drops it inside to Chiwa for 2 more.
The defense, active hands on the ball and in the eyesight of Georgia.
In the corner, taken away. Melendez with the steal. Melendez can't finish, but he'll have a chance at the free throw line.
18 per game.
They struggled against Florida on Saturday. There you see the balance through 7 games in SEC play.
Half court.
Georgia now a +10 in rebounding margin, and Alabama ice cold from the field. Demery on the drive, the kick to Hill. Hill, tough shot. Can't get it, but guess who's got the rebound? Melendez, second chance opportunity.
Offensive rebound, kick back out for the 3. We see it all the time.
Another turnover. Melendez. Kane, deep 3. Oh, Georgia, timeout, Bama.
Want to be, they've got to take care of the ball better. They turn it over too much for the amount of guard play they have, and they play fast, so they will turn it over higher than normal.
Jalen Deloach in the game, good find on the inside, and that one will drop to stop the run. Handle,
yeah,
turnover number 6 for Georgia.
That play did not look good from the start.
Estrada, corner 3, another miss from outside the arc. Alabama is 0 for 7 so far outside the 3-point line, so what do? You take it to the basket, and that's what Mark Sears does. He's got 4. Demery found an opening on the inside, had a little help from Jalen Deloach.
And he is relentless, isn't he? Just putting his head down, attacking, finishing on the opposite side of the rim.
Quick.
Turnovers seem to be just careless passes into the 3rd row.
If you have live ball turnovers against Alabama, you can count on that being in the basket on the other end.
Right.
Sears.
Good catch.
By Nelson. Nelson drops it in. First points for Nelson, averaging 12 a game. Justin Hill. Thomason.
And he's so important to running that half-court offense.
Thomason drops in a 3.
He says, there's some half-court offense for you. Get out of my way. I'm gonna do a little pull-up, 3-point shot right there.
Georgia is 4 for 8 outside the arc. Alabama is 0 for 7. They go inside again to Nelson, working on Chiwa, 2 more. Thomason throws it up, hoping maybe Chiwa can rip it down. He does. Hill with the fake, got it off to Kane. He drops in another. Georgia.
But he's number 5 in the league in assist to turnover ratio. He's your answer for half-court offense. Going to get you to something good.
Mike White said Justin Hill was a game-time decision, too, because he's been battling illness. Thomason drains another Georgia 3. He's got a team-high 8. Georgia is 6 of 11 outside the three-point line. Nelson to the basket.
And you see Big Russ Chiwa knows Grant Nelson can make that. He's shooting it probably about a 28% clip, but he can knock it down.
Melendez turned it over. Here's Estrada back the other way. Looks for the lob, and throwing it down is Griffin. The defense on the freshman Kane.
Yeah, here's what you got to get something set up here. Get a good shot at it. You don't want to get Alabama on a roll.
Chiwa, tough shot and the finish. Game, but 15 points against Florida last time, 11 against LSU, but that game winner to pull it out here in this building, playing with some confidence. Sears going to work on Abdul-Rahim, playing with the 2 fouls. And a trip on the way to the basket as Wagi goes down. His woes continue. In Oxford to see Auburn take on Ole Miss. How about that atmosphere as Thomason. Sears takes it away. Another turnover for Georgia. They've struggled to take care of the basketball here in the first half, and Estrada couldn't hold on to it. Estrada will try for 3, and Alabama
Catch and shoot.
for the moment. Estrada credited just with the 1-3. They're going to go to the monitor. Thomason buries another 3. Sears weaving through traffic. He's denied. Numbers for Georgia. Demery to the basket. Followed up. Thrown down by Melendez. No baskets. Goaltending for Nelson. Blue Kane goes down. Now back up. Estrada behind the back to the basket. Won't drop at the follow. Nelson gets called for the foul. No basket for Alabama.
One thing, too, with a...
Deloach makes both ends of the 1-on-1. His first points of the game. 7-0 run for Georgia. Their longest run was a 13-0 run that put them up 17-2. Estrada, 3-pointer on the way, is good. Right side. Deloach. 2 to go in the first half. Beautiful extra pass made by Hill. You talked about the impact Hill has as a true point guard. He is really developing at that position.
Well, even making that catch on the baseline to facilitate that great pass underneath was impressive by Justin Hill.
Diabate at the line. What about yourselves for everything that did not go your way here in the first half?
And that's the uniqueness of Bama. They just keep...
Chiwa rejected inside by Diabate. Alabama gets a stop. Final minute, first half. Sears, good pass inside, finding Stevenson for 2.
And in that transition defense, Georgia's got to understand, yes, stop the ball, got to get the shooters, but also protect that basket.
Thomason, tough shot. Had to. Just about 4 seconds between the shot clock and the game clock as Estrada goes to work with 5. with 3. Can't get it. Chiwa with the rebounds. First half belonged to Georgia. Thomason after the horn, but how about Georgia against the first play?
Did a good job early on in that half of protecting the rim.
Abdul Rahim wasn't in the rhythm in the first half thanks to a couple of fouls. Misses that here, Sears. Sears trying to get going. Had 4 points in the first half, was just 2 of 6 from the field. He scores in the first half. Thomason leading the way for Georgia with a game-high 13. Melendez trying to back in Sears. Now turning to the right. There's the help from Nelson. And there's the follow-up by Melendez. Again, offensive rebounds.
Attack to try to score.
2 seasons with the Illini.
So don't you think, right, he's an 85.
Georgia outside the top 75. They're a 78. This would not be a quad 1 win for Alabama coming here to Stegman. Tough place to play. You can hear it right behind us, but you get a road win against the top 75. That's a quad 1. But again, Georgia.
Well done.
Melendez looking for Chiwa. Chiwa backing in on Nelson, using some of that strength, showing some of that confidence. 6 points now for Chiwa to go along with 6 rebounds.
Well, you mentioned Chiwa and Thomason, both of them already at their season averages.
There is Griffin with the pull-up.
You can have everybody just add a little bit more in the scoring department. You'll be right there.
Demery tried to get it into Chiwa, turned it over. Here's Reitzel off to Estrada, who reverses it up for 2.
Well, that's
a set shot at this point.
Yeah, just put me in the deep, deep, deep corner. Nobody bother me.
How deep? Down the vomitory there?
Right.
Yeah, away from any harm. There's Estrada with the basket. So here comes Alabama. This has got the feeling of a grinded out type game. It's not going to be the 100-point pretty offensive game, but Georgia has an answer after the little Alabama run that got it down to 8. It was a 6-0 run for Bama, and then Chiwa scores.
And that's what Hill can do for you, make plays for others.
Blocking foul called on 0 for 2 from the stripe. Personal foul. And it's Georgia basketball. There's Griffin getting on the deck.
Oh, he's hit the floor about 5 times today.
I've seen a handful of players give it their all here. Deloach.
A few times. Which, if you're not making shots, how else can you win games on the road?
Sears fighting inside. Won't drop, but there's the follow.
Threes, attack the rim, get to the free throw line. So Georgia has made them bounce it off of the three-point line.
Diabate will head to the free throw line for Alabama.
So I was at practice on Monday. I talked to Coach Mike White. I said, force them into, and then recover if you're a defender. Force them into that.
Well, if you're Georgia, the one thing about the free throw shooting is you're putting the guys you want at the line for Alabama at the line, but Alabama battles there. Second foul on Estrada. Demery got his man in the air, count it, and 1.
Freshman to adjust to is the physicality, the speed. Dwight played basketball here.
There's Demery showing the speed and showing that strength, and then Deloach on the follow. Offensive rebound number 13. No. Give Georgia credit. That was part of their game plan here today. Kane can't get this one again. The body's on the floor. It's Georgia comes away. They've been aware, it seems, of where Sears is at all times, and that is so important. Whoa! Melendez! Short-lived celebration is. Kane on the drive, on the run, tough shot, but Blue Kane makes tough shots. First points in the second half, he's got 8. Estrada, rare open look for Sears, and he makes Georgia pay. Don't encourage them. They don't need any encouraging. Chiwa inside on Nelson, 4-2. Chiwa in the double figures now with 10. They did go to the monitor. There was nothing else outside the original common foul on Estrada on Deloach or Nelson. Nelson answers on the other end for and the rebound pulled down by Walters. Now to Griffin. Griffin with the floater.
Oh, he has been so good from an offensive standpoint, and he was the guy the my day, that's for sure. Damian Fishback probably caught me a couple times.
He's nodding back in the studio, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Griffin on the spin, got it, and the foul. They're doing movies, but now he's in the rhythm. Thomason, tough shot. Thomason fights for the rebound. Second chance again for Georgia. Abdul Rahim back in the game, and he'll have a chance at the free throw line.
Offensive-minded, offensive presence for Georgia.
Demery back in the game for Georgia. Thomason to the bench. Lazy pass. Wrightsell makes Georgia pay.
Yeah, that sure was in Wrightsell of Georgia by Griffin, Sears, and Wrightsell. You're in business.
That's going to be a foul on Sears. Nope. He'll get another. 2 free throws for the freshman. Closing in on 6.5 minutes to go here at Stegman Coliseum. Georgia jumped out to a 17-2 lead against Alabama in the first half.
And they're going to keep on the attack right enough to prevent Estrada from turning the corner, resulted in 2 free throws. Alabama would not mind if this turned into a free throw shooting contest.
Even though they're below 50% for the game, that's going to be a foul on Alabama. Front end of the 1-1 is good. 1 of 2 at the free throw line this trip. And here comes Alabama off the miss. You know they will push, and Estrada gets into the front court. Sears launches and makes a 3.
This in athleticism.
Kick to the corner, Griffin, tie game. I'd have not led here tonight. 5 minutes to play. Estrada tiptoes down the lane, no, Nelson.
Committed to kicking out, shooting that 3, regardless of what's happened previously in this game. That's their style of play, and that's how they got them back this lead.
Demery, strong take to the basket by the freshman. Game got tight. Now they're trying to loosen up, get back into it, help their Bulldogs here against the first place team in the SEC. Sears hits another 3. 17 points.
Sears, any daylight, got caught underneath that screen and made him pay for it.
Thomason can't get it to go. 3 bodies down, back behind the play. Sears is going to push. Sears to the basket. He'll go to the free throw line.
They didn't agree, so he loses a 30-second timeout.
And looking at Nate.
Well, that was the only review of the review he had. So
Deep 3, no. Chiwa with the rebound. So Georgia gets to stop, plenty of time to go, but things have to happen on this end for the Bulldogs, and it has been a struggle for Georgia offensively. Instant offense, though, from Noah Thomason.
yeah, there was no hesitation there.
First points of the second half for Thomason, 15 for the game. Nelson, and a foul is called.
Time right here for his team.
Remember, it came in averaging just under. They grinded out don't quit kind of game for Alabama. Here's Hill with the step to the basket and the foul. Count it. Chance for a three-point play.
Yeah, I think he needed that couple-minute rest, that little hard right dribble.
And he finishes it off into it. 2 minutes to go. 2-point game. Nelson thought about it, but didn't think twice.
Well,
knocks down the three.
I could tell the way he caught it, his footwork and the release, the high arc that was going in.
Hill again fighting inside, and another tough basket for Justin Hill.
Boy, he has got some guts, taking it upon himself.
Sears, Nelson again. Yes! Again! 20 for Grant Nelson. Thomason can't answer with a three. Second chance, Demery. Alabama with the closeout. Demery lost the handle on the drive, and Alabama's got the rebound. Inside of a minute to play here at the Steg. Sears content with working some clock here. Approaching 40 seconds to go. Now on 7 on the shot clock. Sears got through and finished. Mark Sears with 21 points, 17 in the second half, and it's an 8-point lead.
Lob to Grant Nelson. I lost count how many times guys dove on the floor for loose balls.
Well, 1 of 2 for Demery, but then it's tipped in for a 3-point play. Melendez gets the basket, so Georgia not done yet. Sears is fouled as he crosses half court. 4% on the season, 2 for 2 tonight.
Catch it, finish strong, or dunk it. And when he's making that three, but his feet were set, the pass from Sears on time, on target.
Sears got a hand in on that one. Hill gets it back. Now knocked away by Estrada. Fittingly, another player diving on the floor for a loose ball. Alabama has it in the backcourt, and a foul.
Alabama. One was left. You have back-to-back threes by Nelson.
Final 10 seconds here at the Steg. Demery. The rebound by Griffin, and that will do it. The Alabama Crimson Tide tighten their grip as we approach the midpoint of the season on first place in the SEC. They're now 7-1 in the conference with a come-from-behind victory on the road.
Well, then they did it in their style, right?